Welcome back, everybody, to the 5th defensive series. We're starting off beginning of the third quarter, ball on the 23-yard line, his own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. As you can see here, I am in a nickel set, and I'm running a cover 3. I've bumped up my my defenders, my DBs. He is in a Z trip set, which is a basic trip set out of the single back formation. He is running, I believe, what is called the play action all go with some adjustments. So what that entails is he's got a go route to this side or a fade route. Go route, fade route here. He's made an adjustment here where he was actually running a post, and he's running a go route instead. Alright. Now, similar thing here. He's actually supposed to be running a skinny post, which would go right about here. But instead, he's running a slant. Alright, and on the backside here we have a leak play, so he's leaking through the line, running a little bench. And the other adjustment is he just doesn't have his quarterback run the play fake. Now, as I mentioned, I'm in a cover 3, so that entails 3 deep, as we've talked about several times before. Alright, and underneath I have 4 defenders covering the under routes. Alright, so as you look at it, guys, and we've talked about before, the places to attack when you're passing the ball against a cover 3 are the seam routes deep and the little windows that open up in the under coverage. Because there are only 4 defenders underneath, these windows are going to be a little bit bigger than, like, say, if you're going against a cover 2, which has 5 defenders under and 2 over the top. So those are the places you want to look. You want to look at those under routes, and you want to look at deep seams. And as we mentioned before, he has a seam route here, and he has these 2 deep routes. Well, these 2 deep routes are going to keep both of my cornerbacks here occupied, so they have no ability to squeeze the gaps between them and the free safety. And the free safety, because there are 2 outside go routes or deep threats, he can't squeeze it either. He has to play it very honest here, because he has to be able to help out to either side of the field. Now, he might cheat a little bit, but he would not go any further than the hash mark here. He should stay within the hash marks. Alright, so really, the defender to hit, I would say in this, or the receiver to hit in this case, would either be your tight end, or if the tight end clears, and as you can see, I'm playing this linebacker right here, I'm going to go with him. Alright, I'm going to go with him until I see this slant. Now, if I gain too much depth by the time I see the slant, then he should hit the slant. If I attack this quick, then he should be looking at his seam route. Alright, so let's run through the play, see what he does, and then we'll discuss. So you see he's going through it now, and now he's going deep, but he's going to a covered man. And I go up for the ball, and I almost get the interception. I just don't get it, though. The guy doesn't make the play. Alright, so we'll run through and see what happens here. So as you can see right here, I'm gaining depth, as I mentioned. But the moment I see the slant, I jump all over it. And the reason I jump all over it is, usually when you see when you have a 1st and 10, the guys aren't necessarily thinking going deep all the time. So I usually like to jump the short routes, because they're trying to get, make a 2nd and short situation, or hit you underneath and then take you deep if they can. But in this case, he went deep out here. If he looked at the right spot, I attack here. Now let's look at that tight end. Let's look at all the space he has here, from here to here. If he lets that ball go at the same time he let this go, he has this for a big play. My defender here, as you can see, he has his back turned. So he's trying to run with him to make sure this guy doesn't get behind him. Safety, like I said, he can't really cheat. He's staying pretty much in the middle of the field. He's maybe only a yard or 2 away from the dead center here. So he has to be able to play both sides, so he can't really cheat over and squeeze this gap. If he lets this rip right now, and if he throws it hard, he has himself an easy completion and probably about 20-30 yards at least. If he can break a tackle from a safety here, which is very possible, he could go the distance. So I would say in this case, he missed it. I mean, he really did. Because if we look over here to this side, my defender has him locked up. He's a yard, yard separation, which isn't much because they're both going the exact same way. So once he throws that ball, it gives me time to use her over, and you can see my defender gets in good position right off the bat before I even get to him, and all I have to do is hit the triangle button to go for the interception.